talk a bit? I think your audio balances off.
My audio balances off? How so? I don't know. I know that it's a little bit loud, but I can turn that down.
You're actually kind of quiet against the game.
That's weird. How about now, after I've futzed with the settings a little bit? Am I too loud or too quiet, or is it,
You have to give it a second for the stream delay to catch
I know,
up.
I'm giving you more to work with here, rather than just not saying anything for a while.
Sorry, you're still a little quiet.
I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do about that.
It's probably fine.
Okay. If anybody has a problem with that, they could turn up their volume. Oh, should we jump in the thing at the place?
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't think of a pun for Kholat, so we're just doing Kholat Part 1.
Coca-Cola?
No. This is the 1950s Russia, I think, so Coca-Cola wasn't on the menu.
No, not until the 70s.
Oh.
Kholat than a witch's tit?
Stop it.
56 years ago, Russia, the northern Ural Mountains. A group of 9 students of the Ural Polytechnic Institute embarked upon a difficult winter expedition to reach the Otorten mountain.
Literally translated, don't go there.
Their journey seemed to progress according to plan. However, on the 7th day of their trip, the weather conditions worsened. They lost their orientation and were forced to set up a camp on the slope of the mountain called Kholat Syakhl.
The Mountain of Death.
It was their last stop. 3 weeks later in Yekaterinburg, when their families received no word of their success, the first rescue expeditions were sent.
It's worth noting that they had to fight with the Russian government to essentially get the...
On February 25th, 1959, an abandoned encampment was found. The tent was torn down and covered with snow, with all the group's belongings left inside. Further examination revealed it was cut from inside out. The surrounding footprints indicated the crew had fled the tent. They were barefooted. This suggests a frantic escape, characteristic of people scared out of their wits. 2 sets of prints led to a forested area down the slope. The rescue team found an improvised fireplace and 2 bodies. They were lying in but their underwear, with cuts and scratches to their limbs, suggesting they had tried to climb the tree in panic. What could terrify them so much? The next 3 bodies were found scattered a few hundred meters from the first discovery. One of them had suffered a fractured skull, this despite no evidence of a struggle. It took the spring thaw 2 months later to enable the rescue team to find the rest of the victims. The last 4 skiers were found buried in a thick layer of ice and snow. Their autopsies led to even more bizarre findings. All of the bodies had severe internal injuries caused by an undetermined force, similar to that of a serious car accident. No external damage nor bruises were visible, besides a tongue ripped from one victim's mouth and a strange orange skin color. Much speculation arose from these puzzling events. Such theories included attack from the local tribesmen, from an avalanche, or animals. Each theory, however, only served to create more questions. The truth behind this tragic course of events remains unexplained to this day. What really happened? Maybe the answer still waits to be discovered, deep under the snow.
Okay, so that was sort of the Cliff Notes version of that. The other people that they found were buried under several meters of ice in a ravine, essentially. and the one that had their tongue ripped out, they actually had most of their skin from their face and their eyes torn off, basically. It was not pretty, let's say.
According to Selnar, the truth is much more mundane.
Well,
according to Antares, he says probably an avalanche. The tongue guy was fed upon by scavenging animals, probably.
there's more to the story than just that, but we'll get there when we get there. Again, there's also the fact that the Russian government basically redacted and removed every bit of investigation into the matter for 40-odd years.
Selnar says, nah, Dyatlov Pass was near an artillery testing range.
Yeah, that is part of the situation, yeah. We'll get there when we get there.
Hazel Van Dyce, I don't even know who that is, says cannibalism? Question mark? Probably not.
Well,
Probably not.
they were experiencing some severe hypothermia, which is why essentially they theorized that they cut themselves out of the tent and ran into the snow. There's a condition with hypothermia where you feel like incredibly hot, like incredibly hot, and want to cool your body off, so they ran into the snow. It's that sort of...
The general assessment based on modern investigation is that a shell overshot the testing range and the air burst flat in the tent. That provoked the panic and fleeing. Which, yeah, that makes sense.
I would just like to mention we've been given no indication of where to go, so I'm just kind of wandering.
Fair enough. Most of the injuries can be explained by a bunch of mostly nude-ish people without lights falling down a mountainside. Yeah.
I think we just headed back the way we came. Doesn't appear so.
No, and it was not SCP-682.
Hey. Let me just take a look at something real quick. J for journal, okay. Apparently don't have have a journal yet.
Perhaps in time.
I mean, they gave it a button, so I would assume so, yeah.
Ant says, "You don't know that the Soviets could be helping them cover up a containment breach."
Yeah, something like that. There's also the whole weird radiation nonsense, but, you know, whatever.
Don't indulge the fandom.
I'm not indulging nothing, I'm just saying. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay, that is a different fandom, and don't indulge that fandom either.
Ah, you're no fun. Alright, well, no guts, no glory, we're going on the tracks, I guess.
Bueno.
We don't have...
In before you're hit by a train.
We don't appear to have any compasses either, so it's,
It says, "You ever heard of the Davy Crockett atomic rifle? Maybe the Russians were testing one of their own."
Colonel Vulcan.
God damn it.
But how does it taste?
Okay, no. We do not need a recoilless nuclear rifle.
But how does it taste? Alright. This appears to be some sort of path.
Silly people.
Could go back down that way, or we could go that way.
You use the guy doing the walking. I suggest that way.
There used to be some sort of log train. Oh, it's a pipeline. Okay. Looked like it was made of wood. Boy, I sure hope we got a good coat on, because we are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, right? One of those, like, really, really nice Russian ones.
It also doesn't help that from a distance these smaller trees look like people. I'm certain that's intentional.
And yes, we might need something heavier than coat. Let's get an Ushanka, and then we'll be fine.
Something's happening.
Oh, something happened.
Alright.
Are you coming to me? end, the only thing I saw was a flash. An insufferable burning light. The pain ripping apart my body. I felt it tearing out of my soul. After a while, I was nobody. Nothing. The light went out and I vanished into overwhelming darkness. I welcomed the end with delight. I am right behind you.
Well, that's not creepy at all.
Oh shit, am I supposed to get out the scare cam and be all like, ah?
No, please don't. I'll be doing enough of that, and all we need is audio for that. Plus, no one wants to see my ugly mug.
Ugh. Oh, sorry, Ant. Ant suggested long johns, a parka, and a bottle for when you piss yourself.
I don't like that
Have you ever
tooltip in the
tried to
bottom
hold on
left.
to your humanity?
The flashlight can save your life, but be careful where you point it.
A subject, an object, which they can bend to their will. When they told you that you were a monster that deserved punishment, when you could really not remember your sins, when they took away your loved ones, leaving you to rot in the dark. The problem is, it's in their darkness. You have never been alone.
Running in deep snow is tiring. Adjust the pace to surrounding conditions so you don't exhaust your organism. Before setting off for a larger journey, rest in the camp and set a goal for a safe route. You can focus right mouse button on any object to take a better look at it. Lighting your way with a flashlight, you become more visible. Observe the environment carefully for navigation with the help of a map and compass. Barely accessible rocky notches may lead to dangerous places and shortcuts. You can access to them, or sometimes have to crouch.
Ant, no. No, he's not going to be killed by SCP-096.
I might be killed by an SCP, but not 096.
There are no SCPs in this game, you silly people. You silly, silly people.
You don't know, you haven't played it?
You're right, but you're silly, silly people, a lot of you. Soviet Wendigo, son of a bitch. But we haven't eaten any human flesh. Yet.
Yeah, we haven't. Alright, yep.
Oh, okay, that's... No, we're not getting attacked by the Slender Man either. Ant says, just saying, man, if you see a really skinny pale guy with long arms, well, it won't matter, you're already dead. And Silnar responds with, don't forget the flaming eyes, antlers, and maw of razor-sharp teeth.
What's up? I don't know. He still hasn't answered my phone calls, so...
I don't have to cook for him. I can cook just for you.
Sure, whatever you want to do.
Well, I don't care. But I'm not going to wait all day. Because this is the time I start getting ready for
Then
dinner.
cook something.
Something must have come up, man. Which sucks, I agree.
Yeah.
I set out the moment I heard about the incident. I was in the area, so I reported to the unit myself to be automatically assigned.
Ed says, "Oh, I get it. You're playing as the ghost of one of the people who died in the past. Seeing as you're holding that compass with invisible ghost hands." Oh, what? Uh-oh.
Well. We done.
That's so good. Maybe you were supposed to get out of there.
Probably. Okay, I still can't hear the voices when they talk, so I'm actually going to boost them all the way up.
Go for it.
Oh. We just hear now. Okay. Leaving.
Should have brought more Estus, apparently.
Whatever the fuck that was, I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, what the fuck, eh? You have been urged to go back and explore.
Select destination. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna explore. It's just I save my progress. It's apparently doing that saves progress.
Yes, go back to the spooky nuke rocks. And, well, Selnar says, remember to sustain your organism.
Okay.
He's referencing the journal where
I
it
know.
was talking about. Which, what the fuck?
Nothing new in there. Hang on. So we are currently in that big thing here. Where do we want to go? Oh, hang on, there's a thing here saying, okay, we want to go, oh, we have different coordinates of different things we can take a look at. So we are at 37, 62, somewhere in there. It's the closest one. Probably
4584.
Yeah, 4584, 4395, somewhere in there. Let's see here. That looks to be down this way. 4584. 4584 is in this area. Where's 43? 4395. That's even further over, so somewhere in that direction. So we want to head
Yeah, yeah.
Well, okay. If hang on, let's do this reasonably here. If this is the direction, then we actually want to head to the left this way. Somebody's poking at me.
Lyra just woke up. She says hi.
Ah.
And there she
Found
is.
you.
Ah,
We're playing Kholat.
it's Book.
Kholat?
Yeah, it's yeah.
It's Book.
I advocated to call the stream Coca-Cola, but apparently I got shot down.
You did.
On the basis of historical accuracy of all things.
Wolves.
Yeah, Ant says that Seuss has already pissed himself at least once.
Not really. It hasn't really gotten to that point yet. You'll know when it does. Because at that point, I'll stop the game. It's like when I actually tried to play Outlast and I got inside the asylum and I'm like, no, fuck this, no. And I left. I went back outside the asylum and just climbed back down, went to the car. It's like, I want to go home.
Ant asks, so you brought some Scooby snacks, right?
I did, actually.
You brought Scooby snacks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright, I guess we're going this way then.
Apparently 4395 is in the spines on that map.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm
was
just
that?
reading shit out from the chat.
Fuck was that?
Fuck was what?
Meat sounds.
Wet slapping noises?
No.
Meat slapping.
It might just be the trees rustling.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Mysterious lights above the Cosmodrome. Mysterious events in the sky were noted during the night of 4th to 5th July. Witnesses testified they had seen a bright orange sphere which had crossed the sky above the city several times, moving chaotically and immediately changing its direction of flight. Finally, it stopped and disappeared. Major Gurkha, an aviation professional, confirms it's impossible for any flying object we know to move like that. The military and Cosmodrome's personnel answered our questions in a short and firm way by distancing themselves to the event. Thank you.
Sorry.
Informing there was no activity in that area, as well as there were no tests performed. Oh, I can zoom in and make this easier to read. Helpful for later.
Yeah, that's very useful.
Okay, which
Which is which?
okay, here we go. We got the 4673 note here. It doesn't look like there's anything big there, but, okay, so we are currently here. 4673. Okay, so we need to head, due east, essentially. Somebody figure out which way is north on this fucking compass.
green needle? Question mark?
There's no green needle. There's a red needle and a black needle.
Like, I meant like the green tip on the needle, I believe.
There's
But
2 green tips.
oh wait, no, one of the tips has an N on it, doesn't it?
No? I believe it. One has an OH and the other has a C on it.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh, according to Ant, red is usually north.
Red is usually north. Okay. So we need to head east, which means north goes on the left.
Whew.
Okay, we can't go
They'll
this way.
sign me out and my whole YouTube reset to the regular.
Ew.
That's frustrating.
You okay, Bear?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
Because you're doing that thing you do.
That thing I do? What thing I do?
That thing when your blood pressure drops like a rock.
Oh. Oh, I'm fine. I'm just a little... Ooh, my head.
Right.
I'll bounce back in a bit.
Fuck was that?
This is really hard to watch you play without audio if you keep doing that.
Turn the audio on.
I don't want to listen to myself.
'69 north, 71 east. Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, that was fair.
All the way down there, huh? Is there a way for me to take a note down or something?
I set out the moment I heard about the incident. I was in...
Okay. Somebody make a note of that. 69 north, 71 degrees east.
Got it.
Fucking hell was that? Okay. I believe we are at this intersection here. Or maybe that one there. My game appears to be having issues. Alright, there was a thing like right here, which is where we found this node. So we are currently standing right there, facing west. So we are currently facing this way. So if we were to turn directly around, we would be going east that way. Does anyone in the chat have anything to say?
Nope. I'm not contributing very much to the conversation. I'm
You're
sorry.
really not. At least with Bear here, I had something to take my mind off it.
I'm freaking out.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll be back in a few minutes. He just kind of
currently
responded with
goddamn
it.
terrified, so I think I went the
So
wrong
what
way.
is this game?
It's a game.
The entrance says beep boop.
Great. Thanks. Very helpful.
He's very excited by your tears.
I mean, I'm not crying yet, but this is severely atmospheric and very good at creating an unsettling tension. Okay, this is north. Do I want to head north? I think I wanted to head east, but east appears to be blocked off. So we head north.
Were you heading north, or was the map at north and south, or?
Yeah, the map is a standard map. North is up, east is right.
Okay, well that directions that you saw on the rock was taking you south.
Yeah. Okay. I want to keep following this path, then go up and to the right. Is there anything up there? There is nothing really up there. There's something way up there. Like way the fuck up there. Like way over here. But I want to take a left as soon as I come to that path.
This is also the first time I've heard of this game, so...
I know it's not, because we watched a video on it.
Did we?
Yes.
I don't remember a snow game.
There's the path to the right.
I can see Ant just, like, putting his fingers together in a tent, just waiting for you to be freaking out.
Oh yeah, you know, it's gonna happen.
He's betting on wolves that'll kill you.
I don't actually know if the game has wolves that will kill me. It's certainly making me think that they will, though.
I'm thinking bears.
Weather's getting real fucking bad.
At least you don't have to watch like a temperature gauge.
If I
Or
did,
do
I would. If I did, I wouldn't be playing this fucking game.
you?
Oh shit! Fuck.
Chekhov's gun, Ant says. They draw your attention to the presence of wolves. That's interesting. Hey look, people.
Scared the ever-loving bejesus out of me. Oh, that's not good. I'm running. We're running, guys. Oh, but we're running.
Oh god.
I've played Spec Ops: The Line. I know white phosphorus when I see it.
Ant says you did. You DED did.
Oh shit, I may be.
Is your vision blurring?
That's what happens when you run for too long.
Oh.
Whoa! Okay, now I'm dead. Rip.
Oh.
Well, that's quite enough of that.
Okay.
I don't mean